Crypto's next big opportunity, Invisible Finance Interfaces opinion. It's 2025, and tokenization is no longer just a speculative bet. For nearly a decade, crypto has chased innovation by asking one question repeatedly: what should we tokenize next? From stablecoins to gold, real estate, carbon credits, and even U.S. Treasury bonds, blockchain technology now powers a multi-billion-dollar on-chain economy. Last year alone, stablecoins processed a staggering $27.6 trillion, surpassing global payment giants like Visa. Tokenized treasuries climbed past $7 billion, driven by institutions such as BlackRock and Franklin Templeton, while tokenized commodities and private credit surged toward billions more. Yet despite these impressive milestones, one glaring problem remains unresolved. Crypto is still far too complicated for most people. The friction problem that's worth billions. Clever founders won't be asking what to tokenize. They will be searching for solutions that make tokenization accessible. Despite the flood of on-chain assets, interacting with them can still feel like driving with no head-up display. This is not ideal for the majority of users, particularly those in emerging markets, who still face barriers to off-ramping funds that crypto promised to dissolve. Banking the unbanked got lost in the excitement surrounding PX Gold, Tether, and USDC, not to mention the developments with Bitcoin and Ethereum ETFs. Yes, these things are great for developed economies, but it feels like the original philosophies that brought us here have been diluted. We can start making our way back, though. Instead of competing with the heavyweights in a saturated domain, the opportunity is in abstracting access with the original goals of financial independence for all embedded. While not an easy task, there are examples, like Silos Creel in Brazil, featuring mobile-first accessibility, low-cost transactions, and integration with local payment systems. In other words, the biggest opportunity isn't creating more digital assets. It's in making existing assets effortlessly accessible. This means intuitive interfaces, seamless user experiences, and frictionless interactions. It's about making blockchain disappear behind the scenes, just like PayPal did for online payments or Robinhood did for stock trading. Emerging markets are rapidly tokenizing sovereign debt, agricultural yields, and localized financial products, not as experiments, but as viable alternatives to weak financial infrastructure. The leapfrog effect is real, and the interfaces enabling it are being built quickly, often with a mobile-first approach, a focus on privacy, and a design that is compliant by default. Building the Robinhood of Brazil or the Zapper of Kenya is a better bet than competing with BlackRock. Even U.S. regulators are beginning to understand this shift. The Genius Act, a stablecoin bill caught between bipartisan ambition and presidential drama, is a rare attempt to regulate not just the assets, but also the rails users interact with, disclosure layers, redemption flows, and custodial practices. Public discourse has focused more on Trump's memecoin circus than on the real issues it addresses: interface-level risk, systemic access, and how trust is mediated on-chain. In Singapore and the UAE, sandboxed environments prioritize user protections through auditable, accessible front-end requirements, not just back-end custody policies. In the European Union, while progress is positive, it feels a little slower. Europe is quietly advancing with the MiCA framework, now in force, requiring wallet-level safeguards like KYC and redemption guarantees. France's AMF has led the way in supervising tokenized securities pilots, while Germany's EWPG law allows regulated issuance of fully digital securities without paper intermediaries.